I think I might be live on my end, which is exciting because I don't feel like I'm ready to go live. Oh, we might be live. Okay, now I need to see about getting everyone onto this proper stream. Oh, someone's already here. That's good.
That's nice.
Yes, always a good sign when someone shows up. Oh shit, that's not good.
What we could do is we could do a voice face thing, face call on stream.
Yeah.
No, on Signal. I don't feel handsome tonight, but
I also don't feel handsome tonight, but we can be not handsome together.
yes, that would be awesome.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to, we can do that. What the hell am I doing? Oh, there you go. Oh, how do I rotate you? Wait, where's my... mysterious... Oh, look! There's a flag in the background. How does that look?
Nice. I see you flipped over.
Wait. Let me do this. As you adjust yours, I'll adjust mine, and everything will be good.
Nice.
Did it work? No, what the hell? Come on, you stupid thing.
Yes, that's pretty much what I'm thinking right now.
Oh my god, people are actually here. That's good. But if I could only find the window. What the crap? Hello! Hold on a sec, guys. I'm just trying to... What the heck? Why is it showing that window? That is not the window we're looking for. Can you tell that I'm, like, hungover or something?
You are? No one can see that. Yeah. Oh.
God damn it. Come on, work. Oh, it worked. Okay, what do you know? Bingo, we got this.
Nice.
So, what I need you to do, my dear, is to go to my YouTube and see if you can find this video.
I think I can do that.
It should be like...
I finally managed to switch accounts on in my browser.
Oh, good.
Because for some weird reasons I have two accounts. One for my personal use and one I use for distance teaching because I make for my student.
Yeah.
And therefore, I switched accounts on Google currently for that very purpose, and now I'm logged in my other Just Teacher ADS on all the devices, which is pretty annoying. Oh, look at us, we are live.
Look at that. Okay, so you want to mute the audio on there because it'll get crazy otherwise.
Yes.
Let's see if we can adjust these.
Switch off the audio.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been joined by Crafting Troll, who's in Sweden, I believe. Darth Bob, who you must know from Instagram.
Yes.
And Flinthammer's here. Whoa, man! I don't know that Flinthammer's ever been here. That's amazing. Wow! See what happens when you show up? People show up. Good work. Way to draw them in.
He's crawling out there.
All the Tyranid little creepies. Well, we're glad to see them. And Tom Wilson is a regular stream watcher. So welcome, Tom. Thank you all for dealing with the bullshit of the first stream being garbage and the link not being right. I blame YouTube. Because I tried to set it up on my phone and then it didn't work. So I need to reset it up on the desktop to get access to OBS. Whoo! I wonder if I should like tell people in the other stream that it... Hold on. See if I can break YouTube. Huh?
How many streams do you have?
I have 2. That's the problem because I like created this other one on my phone and now it's sitting there and that's the link that I shared. So people could be winding up on that one. So I will check. Maybe it's not there anymore. Oh, There's two, yeah. Did you see the picture that I chose for it?
Yes.
Do you like that?
The first or the second?
Not the one of you and me.
Yes. That's the second?
Yeah, that's the real one. But the fake one is the Tyranid coin.
Nice.
Keychain thing. Okay. I will go tell people in the broken stream that the real stream is here. The real stream
Is the other stream.
is here. What a disaster. Okay, well that's taken care of. We're finally doing the Euro stream. How exciting is this? I've talked about this literally for months. I tried to do it in September. I did a horrible job and wasn't able to, and now it's actually happening.
Nice.
And I'm glad you're here for it.
Yay! You know what's funny?
What?
It's looking so dark on your side as it looks on my side. But that's probably because of your desk lamp.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get that out of the way, and then you'll be able to...
No,
there's
it's
just too many lamps.
No problem. I can see your pretty face.
See, there's some light there in the background. See that little window in the bottom left-hand corner?
In my win?
In mine.
Oh, in yours? That's up there?
So beside me, like over there, do you see the little light?
Yeah.
See, it's light outside.
Oh.
God, this is going to be the worst stream ever. I feel fucking... Not your fault, my fault. So last night was the Expanse premiere, which is why I didn't do my stream on Wednesdays like I normally do my stream on Wednesdays. And we stayed up and we watched 2 episodes because 3 were released, and I drank some beer. Apparently I drank too much beer. It wasn't even that much beer, but apparently I'm an old man. I'm trying to fix this.
Yeah, sure.
This is not working. Sorry. I'm trying to solve the lighting problem so that you can actually see me, but...
No, I can see you. That's fine. Okay, there's a German podcast I'm listening to, which is called Maga Potato.
Mega Potato?
Yeah, it's a weird name, I know.
Yeah.
And what they do is they always do a live purchase on their show when they have their regular meeting.
Like they go and buy something?
Yeah, I think it started like ages ago when someone just found the news so cool that they bought it while they recorded the show.
Okay.
I'm doing that as well tonight, but I'm not buying models. I will buy some solar panels for our roof.
I thought you already have all the solar panels you need.
Yeah, we have the one we need for electricity, but these are for warm water and heating.
So you told me about this, but is it that do they create energy that you use to heat stuff, or is it that it cycles water through the panel and then like the actual light of the sun warms it?
Yeah, that's the case.
Ah, gotcha. But have you got any more room up there? It looks pretty full, all your solar panels.
Oh, we have the main roof is full of the electricity panels.
Yeah.
And we have the little roof where above our living room.
Yes.
And that will be full of the other solar panels.
Nice.
So we have half of the house full of solar panels.
Good. And I'm assuming that's the south-facing side?
Yeah, that is.
Cool.
Almost as cool as that beast you're right handling there.
Oh my god, I want it to be done so badly. Oh. And every time I pick it up, I see something else that needs to be done. Sorry, I think we should do like a formal starting, as this kind of started in a bullshit way. So yes, welcome to everyone who's here on the stream. I am proud, happy, joyful to be joined today with by my hobby brother Hydra. Say hello, buddy.
Hello.
For those who do not know the Hydra, you need to know a lot. Oh, there we go. Oh, you're actually like chatting. That's nice.
Yeah, I thought that was what I was here for.
Well, yeah, but
Doing the talking.
people normally just like the co-hosts normally just yell at everyone who's in the chat rather than typing. So,
Okay.
yeah. So as you can see in the chat, Hydra is also known as Simon Schnitzler. He is a very talented Tyranid artist from Germany, and he, spoiler alert, he actually taught me how to sculpt. I mean, I figured some shit out on my own, but he helped me get my shit together. So all the good shit I know, he knows. And Simon, Crafting Troll is asking for some video of your workbench as well.
Yep. You don't want to see that right now because it's basically non-existing. Oh, I have some. My workbench is currently 2 boxes. In one of those boxes, I'm carrying around some Fimo and some alcohol, which is because of COVID, like worth the amount of gold. And the other one is where I keep my sculpting tools in, because I'm a traveler sculptor currently. I don't have the home right now, so yeah.
And that's because you guys are doing crazy renovations, right?
That's right. And Christmas and all the other things.
Right. But you and I are talking about trying to do some kind of sculpt together stream. I don't know if it's going to work out over the holidays, but I am hopeful. But it all depends on your holiday schedule and your renovation schedule and all that good stuff.
I'm very positive that we will manage to get that done.
Good. Because I am really excited about that idea. And it'd be cool to be able to see both of our workstations at the same time, because people are probably getting bored of looking at this one.
I'm not sure. Well, I am not a regular visitor, because as much as I love your voice,
You
prefer
bastard.
to talk to you directly.
You bastard.
But that unit you're sculpting there looks fabulous. I'm a fan of the pictures you did before, but
Thanks, man.
I can, like, you can take all the pictures you want online, but there's nothing as having the thing in your hand, or at least on a video.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's always that thing where you've been working on something for so long that you can't really see it anymore. You just see all the bullshit. But there was a moment this week where I just like had it like sitting on my workbench with some other like Tyranid models, and I was like working on something else, and I looked over at it. I'm like, damn, that looks pretty cool. So I guess that's a good sign.
That's what you call work blind.
Work blind, I like it. Yeah, so we're gonna try and get shots of Simon's workbench. We just have to figure out the whole camera setup and stuff like that to make it happen.
Yeah. Lift that thing up a bit.
What thing up? The camera?
No, your the piece. Well, the frame I'm seeing, or the part of your workbench I'm seeing is you have the banner in the ground, on the ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to see the feet.
The feet? Oh, the back feet or the front feet?
The front, I think.
Hold on. I got a thing
Yeah,
here.
do your thing. I will marvel at that beast while you're doing it.
Hold on.
I just love how big the contrast is between the thinness of the front legs and those massive shields it's carrying.
Oh, you're talking about like in here, like this bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was really struggling. I figured out the shields first, and then I was struggling to figure out what to do here. And then this is off a Crushing Claw arm. And this is off the Turvagon, I think. Some Turvagon arm. But, yeah, I was a little concerned that it was too weedy, but At the same time, it's not supposed to be a combat beast. Like, it just needs to move these things around and like walk on all fours. So it just needs enough, I guess, strength or stability to just like plunk down the shields. Also, then these don't get in the way of other stuff. But yeah, there is
like the upper arms. That area that attaches so weirdly to the body that you can see how it moves, but it feels so unnatural.
Unnatural in a cool alien way, or unnatural in a Tyranid would never do this, you fucked it up way?
No, in a good way.
Cool.
I don't know how to put it else. I just like how those arms are hanging there.
Well, I'm glad you like it, because I feel like it was just a solution based on needing to figure the shit out and not... Because the thing I was struggling with was that I thought that they needed to like mount higher up in here, because if you look at the side... wait, this is a better example. So we've got one arm socket up here, and like on this actual model, I believe the arm sockets are like in this line, because I modified it so much. So there's one here, and I thought the other one would have to go like right snug in under the armor plate. But then I thought instead of having them in a line, like a horizontal line with each other, then maybe having them in more of like a vertical line with each other. But again, having the socket on this facing would be more Tyranid normal. But it's a real pain in the ass to try and get the way that the arms are positioned. I'd have to make this way longer for it to plug in there, and then the angles would be awkward. So I just said to hell with it.
I think why those arm positions are so convincing is when you think about how the thing lifts the shields up, it doesn't move much of its upper arm, like of its biceps if you want.
Yeah, it just rotates there, I guess. And then like all the lifting happens in like the Z here at this joint, and then like this joint.
Yeah, in the elbow.
Yeah, and the wrist or whatever it is. Well, honestly, I'm glad it works for you, because I was struggling with this for a while. And then I just kind of said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to attach it and hope for the best.
That's sometimes the way to go.
Honestly, that's how I actually get work done, because otherwise I'll just, like, agonize over it. Oh, what are people saying? You're supposed to help me with the chat, because I'm not paying attention. Are they just chatting with you? Cool.
And he's having a pack of biker recruits sitting in his bits box for way too long. Well.
Oh, nice.
Get on them, dude. Get them done. And Tom Wilson wants to know what you think on your model is still to do until you finish it.
Oh, okay. So if you look at this leg, hold on a sec. I'm going to try to change my focus. Sorry, if you missed it earlier, I'm a little hungover or something. So I'm a little slow today. So if you look... Oh, why is that so dark? Hold on. That doesn't help. 1 moment, please. Get this out of here. That's a good question. So if you look at this leg, you got the hooves, and then you got like some connective tissue in there, and then you've got the kind of like shapes over top, these like arches, like the bottom of the foot construction. I got to do that on this side, because this side I've just got, oh crap, I've just got the connective tissue and the hooves, but I haven't sculpted that bit in yet, so I got to do that. I got to clean up the back of this leg because it's a little messy in there. I did, because again, with aforementioned, just like shove some legs or some arms on there and make them work. I did that with these, and I just kind of like pinned them and then like smeared on some connective tissue, but that doesn't really look like how a Tyranid leg works. So on this side, I sculpted like a back of the leg to kind of like give it more shape, and then the idea that this connective tissue like plugs into that. So I need to do that on this side. I feel like there's some gap filler needed here. And maybe on this side. Oh, here as well, there's a little bit of gap filling, but it's not that exciting. Basically a lot of really boring stuff. I had to finish the tail, but I think I kind of got it figured out. It's supposed to be like a grabby tail that like grabs onto the ground and anchors the thing. And I used a venom cannon for that, so it's pretty close, but I'll probably just clean up like this bit with some green stuff. Get some in there. And oh, there's like a seam in here that I should cover, which you don't really see because it's like this, but and then something, oh, I gotta like clean up in here. I don't know, I don't like the look of this part. Just smooth some green over the epoxy clay in there, and then again on this side clean up the same area, and then I want to be done with it. Because I've been working on it forever and it's so close. Oh, and there's some cleanup to do like on this gun arm. Like there's some rough bits that need to be green stuff. There's a little bit there. So yeah, basically a bunch of little crap. Terribly exciting, I know.
Yeah. Talking about crap, the Dirt Birds F, what a weird name, says that your weedy arms remind him of a coconut crab.
Oh, nice. Man, coconut crabs are all the rage right now. Have you seen that Tyranid scheme that people are like crazy about with the coconut crabs?
Yes. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, they look good.
Hello, Colin Duffy. Thank you for hailing me.
Colin Duffy is a big Tyranid fan. He's actually in near Toronto.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got like a massive Tyranid army.
Oh, and Darth Bob wants to know if you attach the head permanently or if you will leave it off for painting.
I'll probably leave it off for painting, just because like putting this all together and then trying to sculpt it is nightmare enough. But I feel like the kind of like cracks and crevices in behind underneath will not be easy to paint with it attached. So I'll probably leave it off for painting. Yeah.
With what you have destroyed Colin Duffy's statement because he said that you don't care for painting, so it would be a funny thought that you would actually mind.
Actually think about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I've been doing more painting lately, so I feel like that's made me more aware of. But he is right that I don't love painting, so I probably don't think about it as much as I should.
And we have someone from Spain hailing.
Nice.
I don't say the name because that will be...
Ramon Martí Gonzalez?
Yeah, you're doing pretty well for being hungover.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't drunk anything last night, but I sort of feel...
You have 2 children. You're allowed to feel hungover from their presence.
So, my wife just chimed in and said she's really hungover. because the little one called in last night every 2 hours.
Oh, no. That'll make you hungover. Yeah, my hangover is like partially because of drinking beer and watching The Expanse, but also partially because I stayed up too late playing video games.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm officially on vacation, and like when I'm on vacation, like around Christmas time, I always associate it with playing video games. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play some video games, and stayed up too late playing video games. It was dumb.
Nice.
What were you gonna say?
Say again?
You were gonna say something? What was it?
No, I just laughed. I had a hearty laugh at what you just said. So, what's your plan with where you start? which probably will be epoxy sculpt. But...
Yeah, it's epoxy sculpting green stuff. My material of choice. Were you going to play with some epoxy clay, or is your workspace too busted to make that work?
I fear that I'm not able to fulfill my role as co-host and play with hobby at the same time. Having a hard time to concentrate on the chat and on your sculpting. But apparently Darth Bob wants to know what games you play.
Oh, I have a Nintendo Switch, so I'm playing games that were current in like 2014, 2015, because those are all the games that can run on the Nintendo Switch. So right now I'm playing a lot of XCOM 2. I've like gotten sucked into that. Simon, have you ever played XCOM?
I have played the very first.
Oh, the really hard
XCOM,
one?
when it was those SVGA
Yeah.
graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you basically didn't stand a chance to ever win this game.
Yes.
I played that.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more fun in the newer versions, like the remakes, because you can actually win. Although, if you like the original, you probably say it's too easy.
I don't say I like losing, but I've seen stuff about the new games, and I have to admit that I'm always stuck in the choice of do I play games or do I do a hobby? And since most of the time when I'm doing a hobby, my wife sits in the same room and we watch a series together or something like that.
Yeah.
So if I would play anything at the same time, that would be very contra.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's really my problem with playing games. I can't play games and do hobby at the same time. So I haven't been doing as much hobby of late because I've been doing too much game of late.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't. So I'm trying to find a balance to do the both, because I want to do both of them. But okay. I've not really figured it out yet.
Yeah. I don't know. The last game I played was StarCraft. But the StarCraft 2.
2, yeah.
Not the very old one.
Okay, like, wow, that was a while ago. StarCraft 2 was pretty good. Yeah, I remember that. That was like 2010, 2011, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So Colin Duffy asked me if I know where Games Workshop got the Canon High Fleet Hydra color scheme from. You call in, I have no freaking idea.
I think they just pulled it out of their butt.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way they did it, because when our high fleets got the honorable mentioning in the fluff, and they funnily when High Fleet Molo, High Fleet Hydra, and the others appeared for the first time, it was actually in the rule book, not in the Tyranid Codex.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Because I think it was Phil, because he worked on the rule book, and I think he squeezed us just in, so it was there and never could be taken back.
Good man.
Because I think they were never sure who was going to make the next Tyranid Codex, because that was always kind of the question.
Yeah.
And I think he put us in there because it was his first chance to do so, and afterwards everyone had to deal with the situation. And I think in the next codex, the every new high fleet just got a tiny snippet of background.
Yep.
And because I think it was, what was his name, Robin Crudas?
Yep.
Or what? The most horrible codex we had.
Was it really that bad? Wasn't that the one with all the cool creatures in it?
Oh, yeah, maybe I lost track.
But everyone hated on Robin Crudas. Like, that's like #1 shit posting that everyone did on the internet was, oh my god, Robin Crudas, he ruins everything.
Yeah. Cannot argue against that.
Well, I don't really get it. Like, I don't think it was that bad, but oh well.
I don't know. But in the end, he had to deal with that. But there was never put much thought into those high fleets, nor there was a kind of a official exception, introduction. Like they were just there suddenly.
Yeah, there's no plan for them.
Look at that. And I think they had the games, a White Dwarf article when suddenly High Fleet Hydra pops up with a new color scheme, and they couldn't change much to High Fleet Moloch's color scheme because he had that in all the White Dwarfs, and I think even in the Codex.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
What was the Hydra scheme that they chose? I don't even remember what it looked like.
I think it was some bonish, greenish. I don't know. I just remember that I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't. If they had chosen something cool, I would have been. They changed the color scheme, and I have never officially been introduced, and blah blah blah. That's okay. I don't mind. I was aware that whenever they take something, they can make with it whatever they want. But It looked like, it was some studio dude who also painted Tyranids, and suddenly they had the scheme finished, and I was like, that doesn't look as I would have expected.
Yeah.
So Darth Bob says that he's always trying to tell himself only to play an hour or two.
Oh, of games? Nice.
Of games, yes. Which turned then into 4 or 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that actually work?
Probably not.
I said, it's a good plan, but, can you make it work?
Yeah. So, Bob, let us know. Does it work with your life? And Gulag says that you should let me sleep because it's after 10 p.m. here in Germany. So, hi, Gulag. I take you're coming from Germany as well. So, yeah, it's Thursday, but,
Sorry, I should let you sleep or I should let Gulag sleep?
I probably let Hydra sleep, he says.
Oh, okay. Sleep is for the weak. You can go rest on your mattress of steel later.
Yes, I will. As I always do. What else do we have here? Colin Duffy enlightens us on Crudas did the 5th edition Codex, which is the one with all the new creatures that Pink is thinking of.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And a lot of people like using biomorphs to change the stat lines of minis, and the 5th edition Codex took that away.
Ah.
Yes. That was one of the main criticisms. Like all the funny things that Moloch did with the look at my Godzilla swarm and all those modifications suddenly were gone, and all the Dakafexes and Dakatyrants and all the fun you could have with that suddenly away.
I think it's a bit ridiculous that people think that was Robin Crudace's idea, though. That's probably like them telling him that, okay, we're not doing this anymore because we're only doing, I don't know, it's too much trouble, get that shit out of there, and he just had to deal with what he had to deal with.
I think, as little as I understand from how this studio works, but you're totally right. The liberty the Codex writers have are very limited. So Darth Bob says that Hydra is currently apparently purple, black, and blue in the current codexes.
Oh, you know whose scheme that is?
Yeah.
That's Ross's scheme.
Really?
Yeah, his was purple, black, and blue.
Okay. Apparently I need to... There you can see how long I haven't checked into that.
Wow, I don't know where you're going to find Ross's Tyranids these days.
So Crafting Troll asks us, so what's your guys' favorite part of designing Tyranids?
Ooh.
Do you have any specific organic shapes or carapace armor, etc., that really makes it into your army of choice?
That's a good question. What are you saying, Hydra?
Oh, I think working it, good night, Gulag.
Good
Have a
night.
good day tomorrow. So he's signing off and going to bed. So as I have worked with Tyranids, I never went from a certain bit. What I worked from, I always wanted to have a certain feeling. Although I have to admit, when I did most of my Hive fleet, there were basically two sets, which was the warrior set and the Carnifex set, and everything else afterwards, like all the funky parts, like, oh yeah, look at us, we have a Turbigon now. Yeah, that's new to me. I have never built that kit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not true. I think I built it, but just to have 3. But yeah, so as I approach it, as I approach Tyranids, I always used what I had and sculpted the rest onto it. And since I had like warriors and a kind of effects, that was a lot of sculpting I needed to do.
So you don't have like a go-to, yeah, because like your stuff is very varied. There's a lot of variety in there. But when I think of your stuff, I think of like the mouths and like the heads, kind of, and like and like you're kind of blending of like weapon symbiotes and like heads and mouths and I don't know.
Oh shit! The thing you're sculpting right now is so pretty.
Thanks.
That's so amazing. No, well, you're absolutely right. What I did most of the time was just change some drastic things. Like you are redesigning everything to completely new things, and I always, when I build stuff, I always wanted to play with it. So I had like, oh yeah, I need duck effects, so I need at least 2 of them. So I need to build them simultaneously.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with a clever idea that changed the model's appearance drastically without, sculpting every single rib new.
Yeah.
And that was the idea. So I had, like a Carnifex, and what do I have to change about that kit to get the maximum effect with minimum work?
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
See, I start off in that direction and then I wind up just adding shit willy-nilly. Like not for this one, but
everybody who knows you knows that the gargoyle head is one of your favorite parts. But
yes.
You have others.
Oh, that's a good point. That wait, let me read Crafting Troll's actual question. What the heck is it? What's your guys' favorite part of designing Tyranids? Do you have any specific organic shapes or carapace, armor, etc. that really makes it your army of choice? I would say like the organic shape that I sculpt the most is this kind of random ass connective tissue webbing crap that I'm putting in here beside the brain. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's like the best like gap filler on a Tyranid. I should make this closer. Hold on. But yeah, in terms of favorite bit, Hydra's right that I am obsessed with the you can see it a little better probably. Kind of connective tissue in there. I'm obsessed with the gargoyle carapace place, and like I try to use that thing everywhere. Although I don't know if I have any Oh, I guess if I pull out Moloch's Marco's Prime, I've got a bunch of them on there. I think. I hope. Oh, not too many, but like. He's got these big chunky legs, and those legs are just like gargoyle carapaces. But I've also used it as like a chest plate and stuff like that. So I do really like that bit. But in terms of my like signature when designing Tyranids, I think my signature when designing Tyranids is just making them like big and like chunky. I feel like that's what I go in for the most.
Yep.
Let's see. There we go. And if I had to choose like my favorite carapace plate, like there's that gargoyle carapace plate, but I also really like a lot of the carapace on the Trigon. I feel like that kit's got a lot of cool, neat little carapace bits that you can use in a bunch of different applications.
Okay.
But again, a very good question.
Yeah. And Colin Duffy continues to be a pretty good co-host and says that rumor has it that the Morlock was inspired by the sandworms from Dune. How would you guys design a giant Tyranid burrowing worm? And Darth Bob enlightens him and says that Marco, or Mr. Moloch, and I worked up a design which was like a Tyranid version of the bobbit worm. So if you don't know what the bobbit worm is, go and Google it.
It'll be scary. Worm. Be ready. It'll be scary.
Yeah. And I think pretty much like when I think about Tyranid, it would be something like that. What I don't like about the design we came up with was that it had too little like burrowing aspects.
You mean your finished design?
Yeah, what Marco and I came up with. Or,
okay.
What I sculpted. Because it had two thin claws up front.
Yeah.
But I tried to make them thin because I just wanted to sculpt one set of them. And Marco wanted to have 3 different poses.
Yeah.
And so we could use the arms on all 3 designs and just have the same set of arms casted multiple times.
Yeah.
And we always thought about making a big one, like a mama worm, but that never happened.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't remember the talks of the mama worm. That's cool.
I think I've thrown the basic shape away when I moved out or something. Like I remember.
Oh, you started making it?
Yeah, but it was nothing more than a big S-shaped epoxy sculpt sausage.
Oh, gotcha.
And the way I started it was that I did rings on the stomach.
Yeah.
But that's a design you have to put through. So it would be basically just a head and a whole body of rings and spikes and pieces that would basically repeat itself over and over. And I think that would have looked pretty boring.
Well, it's a Tyranid 4 boring into the earth, so maybe that would be appropriate.
Yeah.
That's an Elon Musk joke. His boring company for drilling holes.
Okay. Sorry.
That's fine.
Got lost in translation there.
Yep. Boring is a word for drilling holes.
Okay.
In addition to being not interesting.
I just need to go and look up the official High Fleet Hydra color scheme.
So you can be sad again?
So I can be what?
Sad again?
Sad? Well, yeah, I don't know. I actually don't really recall Ross's armor color.
I think it was black. I think his armor was black and his skin was like purple, but also like a bluey purple.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So then it's basically Ross paint scheme.
Wow.
So black armor plates around that. It's basically a violet.
Yep.
And on some joints and in the face, it's going into purple.
Wait, is that the scheme that they used in the Do you remember the third edition rulebook? That was the first time we ever saw a Tyranid swarm all painted in the same color. I feel like it was that color.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I think I have it right here. Oh! Because they did this whole thing when 3rd edition came out, before they released all our codexes, they gave us rules in the back of the rulebook for all the armies.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh! In this old cantankerous tome, which is fully falling apart, because this is when I actually played the game. So... Oh god, this is such good shit. Oh, here we go, Tyranids. Oh wait, no, what? Where the hell are the... Oh, hold on. Lost it. Oh! No, that's a small picture.
Yes, no.
This is what people pay the big money for. Me, hangover, flipping through a rulebook. That's Eldar. Here, okay. Can you see this? Well, it'll be slow for you, Hydra, but... so they basically took the color scheme of Hormagaunts from 2nd edition and made a whole army of it. And it was very like black and kind of like purple. Well, I guess a bit of Gene Sealer as well, but this sounds like what you're describing, sort of. But I remember it being weird when I first saw this because I was so used to 2nd edition where every Tyranid organism was painted a unique way. And then this is the first time they painted them all in like a Hive Fleet scheme. Like this particular picture with a Hive Tyrant, 2 Lictors, a Zoanthrope, a bunch of Termagants, all in the same scheme. I'm like, what the hell? That's weird.
Yeah, that's basically, that's the color scheme.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Aside from the red heads on the Termagants.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Well, 3rd edition rulebook. Good times, eh?
Yeah.
I always have to think of the Chaos Space Marine obliterators that were teased in a White Dwarf, where everyone was like, "Oh yeah, new unit, so exciting!" It consists of tubes stuck onto a model. That's weird.
So is anyone else working on models right now in the chat? What are you guys working on? If you're working on anything. Let us know in the chat.
To think, Duffy said that he did a retro Tyranid army in that scheme because he likes it, and I have to admit.
Oh, hold on. Call from the wife. One sec. I'm just gonna mute the audio. One sec. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Her mom was having some issues, and she was helping her mom, so I wanted to make sure that everything was okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thanks for keeping everyone entertained in the chat.
They are entertaining themselves.
Oh, good. They're good at that.
So you asked what they were working on?
Yep.
With Teeth is apparently fixing dinner.
Oh, with Teeth. Good to see you, buddy.
And Colin Duffy thought that he was committing heresy because he was painting Space Marines.
Ugh.
But apparently it is Death Watch, so I said that's okay.
They're close enough.
Death Watches. What?
Close enough to Tyranids. They hunt them, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I'm deeply in love with Marco's philosophy on that.
Yeah.
And you know, every Tyranid player should have like a protagonist to his adversary.
Yeah, I guess I have that with the Kroot.
So they are like the opposite to your High Fleet?
Yeah, because they're hunting Tyranids.
Oh yeah, that was obvious. I'm sorry for my dumbness.
That's okay. You have children.
That's not the excuse for everything.
Hungover all the time.
But not everything. Yeah, so Spooky as Bone Man is procrastinating by playing Cyberpunk. Apparently everyone does.
Yeah, everyone's doing that.
I'm pretty happy that I don't own a whatever you play that on.
Yeah.
Because I've seen concept work of that like ages ago, and I was super hyped when I was still into Infinity.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the death of me currently.
Yes.
Because not because it would, I would be playing, but because I would want to play all the time.
Yeah.
Darth Bob is working on a Patriarch right now, so
nice.
fitting. I'm not sure. I'm a bit lost in translation there, but Forest Sprite is debating splurge purchases.
So, Forest Sprite is a friend of mine who you met when you were here before. She's not a Warhammer person. She just joins the stream to hang out and learn about Warhammer, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if she wants me to say her name on the stream, but yeah. She's someone you met at my bachelor party.
Nice. So, hi there.
Yeah, Forest Sprite, we're talking to Simon from Germany, otherwise known as the Hydra.
Still don't understand what she said. Like debating splurge purchases. What's splurge?
Splurge is like spending a lot of money on something.
Okay.
Usually something you probably maybe don't need, or like if you do need, it's not like pressing. It's just kind of for fun.
Okay.
But yeah, splurge means spending a lot of money on something.
Okay. So Crafting Troll had his laundry day today. So he's working on his 5th sculpting session on his giant Mega Gargant Mega Troll from Age of Sigma. That sounds pretty amazing.
Cool.
Like, also pretty big.
Yeah, there's a lot of megas in there.
Yeah. And like I've heard quite a few people like being super hyped for this new faction that suddenly like giants are a faction on their own.
Well, yeah, people were hyped, but from what I heard, the rules are not that good.
Okay, that's too sad because
yeah,
I think the task with making this faction work is on the one side you would imagine them to squash everything, and on the other side that would be pretty boring.
Yeah.
But on the other side they're Space Marines, so
they're pretty boring. Yeah, the Gargants, like, so I've heard that people are complaining that the rules are good but not amazing, and then also that they only have 2 models.
Okay.
The small giant and the big giant. But
that would almost make me want to play them.
Yeah.
Because that's a challenge. Make an army with everything unique, and you just have two models. That
Sounds like you with Tyranids.
yeah. Sounds like I'm like 1,000 years old. Like, oh yeah, when I was little, all we had to play were sticks and rocks.
And I made all my miniatures out of sticks and rocks.
Yeah. So what else do we have? Giovanni Stabellini is converting some twin-linked Divoras.
Oh, nice. I always like
Yeah.
seeing how people do that conversion. I'm glad you're converting them.
Is there a model for that? Yeah.
Oh wait, was it Giovanni? No, not Giovanni. There was that person who said hi from Spain a while back.
Yeah.
Ramon
No.
Marti Gonzalez, and he said he's Ramargo1 in Instagram. If you haven't looked up Ramargo1, like number one, he's got some really cool Tyranid stuff. I think we featured him on Warp Shadow before.
Okay. I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled on the chat right now, so I will
Sure.
look that up later. What else do we have? Oh, now the chat is Manzak Miniatures.
Oh, Manzak!
Is,
Nice.
well, shopping, apparently.
What shopping?
Just shopping, it says, just shopping.
Yeah.
Okay, so Forest Sprite is thinking about spending 200 Canadian dollars on buying virtual tickets for some band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently everyone is dumping money into virtual things right now.
Yeah.
Blitz Mechanica said that he made it, or she.
He.
I don't know.
He. Yeah.
Okay. I feel weird, trying to always addressing someone as he, because,
You can say they.
They.
Yeah.
They.
You can always just say they. They is easy.
Okay.
I know Blitz in real life, so I know that Blitz. I think that Blitz's pronoun is he. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah. Dirty Birds F said they should have included another giant model in that army, like the Cygor. Yeah, I don't know enough, but that's another big, 1,000 euro model. So that would make sense.
The Cygor is that a Forge World model?
No, I think it's it's like the giant from the Beastman.
Yeah, but it's €1,000. Or you
No,
exaggerating?
No, it's just like, I don't know what giants cost at the moment.
Oh,
but
they're
each
very
one is,
expensive.
like, very expensive, and
Yeah. Like the Mega Gargant, the new one that they did, in Canadian, I think it's like $200.
Wow.
Or
So you
maybe
can
more?
either
$230, I think.
So you can either listen to your favorite band on 3 digital things, or you can play around with a big plastic boy.
Yeah, one
Nice.
big plastic boy for the cost of seeing your favorite band.
Yeah. Yeah, Manzak is on our side. He was hyped for the Gargant, but the price tag was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go for it. I was curious about the Gargant, and I feel like there was a time, I think I probably talked about this on stream before, but there's a time when I thought about maybe getting one for lulz, just to like mess around with it, convert it into something, but the price tag very much stopped any plans in that direction. I can't afford to spend that much money for something that is just for fun. That I have no hope of... Like, granted, I don't play the game, so I guess I don't have a lot of hope of ever using miniatures. But, there's some hope that maybe one day these Tyranids will see the field on something. Or also that just, like, I enjoy Tyranids and creating Tyranids and coming up with new ideas for them. But a Gargant I don't know. I just couldn't justify it at that price. For like a fun purchase. Not going to happen.
So, yeah, the chat is pretty much bursting. So Crafting Troll says, I tried to catch up. The rules for the Giants apparently are not the most competitive, but apparently fun to play.
Yeah, there's something about they can like throw things. Like they can like pick up rocks and like throw rocks at people or like throw miniatures, which sounds fun.
Yeah, that's right. So Dirty Birds F wants to be called Pigeon. I tried to remember that. My
Dirty
brain is doing its best.
Dirty Bird. It's just like Dirty Bird or Pigeon.
Yeah. I'll be back in a sec.
Sure. Nani sore? Oh, man, I am feeling rough. I'm not a young man anymore. Damn it. I think I might go for a nap. My second one today. Vacation is hard. Okay, what are people saying? Chat is popping. Fun to play them. Yep. Super silly. That's cool. I like that. Colin Duffy says that Simon would love the Gargants. Plenty of surface to attach all kinds of unique bits. That's a good point. Psy915 joined us. Hey, Psy, welcome. Kicking objectives with Kraken Eater is dope. That sounds like fun. David Hills, hey, buddy. We started early for you. I guess you were too busy with the midgets. Cygor is the giant beastman model. Okay, not cheap, but it's good buy in the start collecting box. Oh, the Cygor. Oh, it's actually plastic. Okay, you can get it. I gotcha. Oh, this kit to convert it to a Vermin Lord. That could be cool. Awesome kit for converting. I want a dozen of them, but money. Yeah, that's a good point. They're cool. Like I have no problem with the Gargant kit. It's beautiful. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I like that it makes 3 different dudes, and there's like distinct bits. It's just that's a lot of money for just like lols. But I have no problem with the model. It's a beautiful model. Like I was really impressed by like the detail on the skin, like even just like normal skin areas. Looks pretty cool. And I actually got some bits of the Gargant in my Bits Box Patreon reward, which was cool. So I built them into that weird Ink 28 thing I did for Hydra's birthday. Fun fact, a Gargant arm, I've discovered, is big enough to be like a back or a torso on like a normal monster-sized creature, if you want to fill it in. Flynnhammer, I'm not surprised that you're using third-party sellers to save a bit on Games Workshop prices with all the cool stuff that you get and all the cool conversion bits that you get. Yeah, if anyone's not following Flynnhammer on Instagram, his Instagram is Flynnhammer, and he does a lot of cool stuff with Tyranids and with Giants. So he's an expert on this topic. I think he's done like, Flynnhammer, correct me, but have you done like 10 or 12 different Ale Guzzler Giants, and each one is unique? Maybe more? They're pretty cool. Gravespawn Beasts of Chaos Army. All mutated Chaos Spawn guys. Oh, that's neat. I've never heard of that army. But that sounds like a lot of fun. And if only the Spawn kit was a little cuter. If Pink did Beastmen, he'd do Gravespawn for sure. Okay, apparently I love Gravespawn, even though I'm not familiar with them. Forest Sprite, yes, it was a late night last night. It didn't help that I stayed up playing Final Fantasy VII Remake after we got off the phone watching Expanse. So that's why I'm a little bleh today. Stayed up too late. It was dumb. And drank beer. Bad idea. Jeez, how much did you drink? You're feeling it at 4:30 in the afternoon. The stupid thing, Darth Bob, I was fine earlier. I just felt a little weird, and then I decided to take a nap, and that was fine. And then I went out for a walk, and then I came back from the walk, and I was just like dead to the world. I was just like tired and got a headache, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I'm just an old man. Sorry. This is exciting stuff, I know.
Huh. There I am.
Hey, buddy.
So, excuse me for laughing so loud, but
You're allowed.
I just felt reminded of my own of a situation I had, because I have I've been given an iPad with the start of this school year from
For work?
at school to work with.
Yeah.
And that's the first Apple device I own and work and whatever with. And at some point, I planned on simply printing out something, and I was flipping this thing over and over, trying to figure out where the USB stick goes in.
Uh-oh, yeah.
And it took me a while before I figured out that there wasn't a place, but in my work, a USB stick can decide whether the day goes smooth or goes bogus.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I bought, there are some adapter things.
Yep.
And my wife just needed the iPad to send away a data, and I just handed her the iPad and handed her a USB stick, and she asked me, where does this thing go in? And I was like,
it doesn't.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Yes, and it all has its benefits and it all has its pro and contrast, but having no USB stick and no removable thing to transport data is like feels crippled.
Well, aren't you supposed to just email it to yourself?
Say what?
Aren't you just supposed to email it to yourself or put it on some kind of like cloud?
Yes, but I'm not sure but that people are aware of that, but there are still computers out there that don't have internet.
Oh, that's revolutionary.
Yes, I know.
That's some advanced throwback technology that you guys are pursuing in Germany.
Yeah, it basically is Zina didn't have the money to buy herself a new laptop after Windows 7.
Yeah.
Or, well, yes.
We probably shouldn't be saying her real name on here, but...
To put it correctly, she didn't...
Want to spend the money?
Yes.
Yes, smart lady.
She didn't like the feeling of being forced to have to buy a new thing.
Oh,
And,
I can agree with that.
And they just, I think it was Windows 7, and they said, we're stopping the support, and if you are using this thing on the internet, all the creeps will get your data and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we simply kept it off the internet ever since, and she's still working with it because it
works fine. Good.
Why buy a new thing when the old one still works?
Yeah, I agree. I have my Mac that I'm actually streaming this on is from 2012 or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, not even 2014. Yeah, I think like 2012 or something like that, but it still works. And it's like a desktop Mac, not a laptop. Anyway, yeah, I support that.
I will not buy a new phone either, because Blitz Mechanica says that he also wishes that his Apple stuff had an USB, and he would be happy if his phone still had the audio jack so he can plug in his headphones. And
oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, and Pigeon agrees that those Apple plugs are annoying as hell. And yeah, and
I feel like we should just get Zini on the call. She's just like a member here.
That's right.
Just get her in the chat.
And well, she just said that she's happy that she's not the only one.
No, she's not the only one. Apple's stupid. Like, Apple just released a new phone or something, and they were telling everyone, like, everyone kept saying to Apple, can you please just use USB-C? Because everyone has USB-C. Use USB-C, please. Just put USB-C on your phone. And Apple was like, oh yes, we heard you. We've put USB-C on our phone. But what they did is the part that plugs into your phone is their like proprietary Apple lightning cable or whatever. And then the other end of the cable that's supposed to plug into your USB charger, that side is USB-C.
No shitting.
And who has a charger with you? Like everyone has like a normal square USB plug. Yep. You plug it in one end, and then the USB-C goes into your phone, right? So Apple found a way to fuck that up, where they put the fucking lightning thing on the phone end, and they put the USB-C on the other end, and they're like, oh, and then the other thing they did is they're like, oh, to save the environment, we're not going to give you the little brick that you plug into the wall anymore. We're just going to give you the cable, because you guys all have enough of the bricks. But who has a fucking brick with a USB-C hole on it? Morons!
That's dumb.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently people are still buying that stuff.
Yeah, I used to be an Apple fanboy, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's long how we know each other.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. Those Apple Pods and those USB headset, things. They are annoying, but when you're a teacher, they are like the pest.
Why?
They're vermin, because every second pretty girl thinks that when she's having long hair, she can cover her ears.
Oh,
damn plugs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so annoying. And then you have to argue, and they say, "Oh yeah, they're turned off," and blah blah blah, and yeah, they are the worst.
Shit, that is bad. I didn't think about that. Like in the classroom, because before they used to have wires, and you could see the wires. You'd be like, "Why are you listening to something in class right now?"
You can try to hide them as well, but those plug things are so small. They're easier to cover.
Yeah. How is school going? You must be almost done.
We are in lockdown.
Oh yeah, Germany, hard lockdown. Kajan told us. Oh man, Kajan's not here. That's sad. We have it like a normal German time, and Simon, I have something I want to accuse you of. Are you Kajan? Because I've never seen the two of you in the same place at the same time. But you both claim to be German.
No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, so you guys are in lockdown, so you're doing online schooling?
Yes, we are. Since today, yeah.
Oh, happy lockdown.
Yay. No, we started yesterday. We had on Monday, we had like reduced school where the government decided that people could keep their kids from school without, they just needed to write the teacher, my kid's staying at home, and everything was fine.
Is this the local government or the federal government?
That was countrywide.
Okay, yeah.
But because education is a state thing, they all decided the same thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what they did, and they decided to that everyone could stay at home if they wanted to, and we're doing distance teaching since then.
Yeah.
And on Monday there were already a few kids that on Thursday there were even fewer.
Yeah.
And from Wednesday on they just had groups for kids that needed to be away from home for whatever reason, like their parents.
No childcare,
or whatever.
Yeah.
But in our school, those numbers were very little, so we had just a bunch of kids around school.
Yeah. And the
And
school like
everyone
provides
else-
them a computer so that they can do distance learning from the school?
Say again?
Because you said that you guys have been doing distance teaching. So those kids who need to be at the school, do they get a computer or something so that they can do distance learning but from the school?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Flinthammer is asking if it's okay to post a link to the Giants.
You can try Flinthammer, but sometimes YouTube blocks it. So post it now, and I will watch for it, and I can approve it if it shows. But YouTube is very afraid of spam, so it might not allow it. But let's try. Stick it in the chat. I got no problem with it.
And Pigeon says that open brain case on the head of the gun beast looks awesome.
Thanks,
but
buddy.
It makes him think of a space marine without a helmet, squishy target and all.
Okay, so what you need to realize, hold on, let's get some more light on this, is that it is retractable. It is open and closable. Let me change my camera setting. There we go. So, you got the brain in there and you got the eyeballs, but then you got all these armor plates on the outside. And what are they all about? The idea is that they close shut, so they cover the whole brain and they cover the eyes. And then on the inside of those armor plates, you've got like more sensory organs like eyeballs and scent pits and stuff like that. Up top, you got some more. So it's like a flower that this stuff all closes down on it, and then it opens up when it needs to sense. And then when it needs to move around, it just closes right down. So that's how it overcomes the Space Marine no helmet situation. But good observation.
You know what that means, though?
What's that?
That you have to redo the whole thing.
Fuck you, I
with
hate
a
you, shut up.
closed pad.
Fuck you, I hate you, shut up. Fuck, I hate you, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it! I'm done! Damn it! Oh! Hey, well, it's on a little pin, so I can just put a magnet in there. And I'll just, like, magnet it in there, and then I can always make another one and magnet the other one out. But I did think about that. I was like, oh, I wonder if I should make another head that has it all, like, closed. But no. No,
Yeah.
damn it, no.
That would probably also look pretty boring, because you would have to make the mouth closed as well, and then it would be, you know, hey, look at the nutshell it's having for a head.
Yeah, it would just look like a big armored, like, Carnifex potato head.
Yeah. So what else do we have from the chat? Apparently some people are having troubles with Cyberpunk.
Oh, have you heard about this? They fucked up. Like, the game, they released the game, and it kind of works on some platforms. I think it works on PC, but, like, nothing else. And it's just, like, really bad. The graphics are all messed up, and it's, like, really slow frame rate, and...
Yeah. So, what else? Manzak Miniatures is looking forward to work on his Snake Man later tonight.
Nice! Hydra, do you follow Manzak?
No.
You need to follow Manzak. He's a really amazing sculptor. He's more active on Twitter, but he does have an Instagram.
Okay. Maybe I do. I'm not sure.
He did, like, a turtle. He did, like, a big snapping turtle where he sculpted the shell, and it had, like, all the, like, points and textures on it.
Okay.
That would be the thing that would maybe he used, like, the this Age of Sigmar big chaos monster thing, but made it turn into a snapping turtle.
Nice.
It was really good. Yeah. Super talented sculptor.
And, Giovanni asks that do you have a plastic amateur in the cannon part on the back?
Oh yeah. So I have pictures of, like, the original pieces that I used. I think, I don't know if you can see them on Instagram, but this is one of my tricks for doing stuff like this. Oh, I reorganized my workspace. I think I have it right here. One sec. Let's see if I can find it. It's square channel. It's like plastic hard, but instead of being like a round tube, it's a square rectangular tube. Hold on, I got one here. Why isn't this open? Simon, if you need to go, you let me know, because I'm ready for a nap anytime now.
That's fine, yeah. Just a couple of more minutes, and I'm off to a nap as well.
Okay, we'll both go to bed. You in Germany and me in North America. All right, so really good question, Giovanni. So I use something like this. This is a square piece of polystyrene sheet. I think people call it sheet styrene. Plasticard is the common name for it. And I'll give you a little tutorial on how I did this because it's very easy and very effective. So you get one of these square rectangular tube things. I'm just going to cut a small piece off because I'm just doing it for this. One sec. There's got to be a better way to do this. Oh crap. Hold on. Don't do that. Ugh. There it is. Sorry for all the grunting and groaning. I'm an old man, apparently. I'm an old man, Mr. Cobb, filled with regret. So you can take this, and I think that when I did these ones, I just kind of like slapped that on there, just like that, on an angle, and this one there, like that, on an angle, and then I cut them. I cut down the square bit on that kind of like sloping angle there. But the secret to getting this nice effect... Oh, actually, you know what? I did that with a tube that I just kind of flattened. But I'll show you my trick anyway. You take this thing, and you want to cut it along like this line, and along the opposite line here. I'm going to do a shit job of it, but we'll try. Oh, that was not that shit. Okay, so you cut it along these, I don't know, are they called vertices or whatever? So you can separate it like this. So you cut it along those edges, and then what you do is you take it and you go like this, and you got a diamond. See how that works? Oh shit, hold on. So that is one of my favorite shapes for a gun barrel. For a Tyranid, because that diamond shape, the part on top is the perfect place to put like the... Actually, you can do it either way. You can do it like this, and you can slap some armor plates up top, and then you can like sculpt some ribbing or stuff here or whatever. Or you can invert it and do it... Actually, is that what I did here? I think I did like a circular thing. But you can invert it like this, and so it's flat on top, and it's got that kind of pitched roof thing where you can put the Tyranid armor plates on top. And then it's got that kind of like interesting bit at the bottom. And the key to doing this kind of stuff is that don't ever leave it, if you get your gun barrel and you're happy with it, don't ever leave it flat on the end. You want to like kind of like carve like a curve into it or something like that, or like have it like curve out, slope, whatever, because if it's too square, it looks square and it looks like a inorganic shape. But yeah, if you kind of mess around with the curve of the end of the barrel, it will look a lot more interesting. So there's gun barrels 101 for Tyranids. But yeah, I think what I actually did with this one is I got like a big pipe. I just have a bunch of these things like sitting in a drawer. This is Evergreen Scale Models. That's where I get all mine, just because they're what my... This stuff is normally sold at like a hobby train store. So if you have that kind of hobby, like true scale, whatever miniatures around. For the main cannon, I think I just took one of these, and I think I literally just went like that and like squeezed it a bit. I may have like cut it at the top and the bottom to kind of pinch it, but I got more of like an angle like that instead of like keeping it round. And then that's what I used as the armature. So yes, there's absolutely plastic in there. But you can use all kinds of armatures. You can use like pens. You can use like the little tubes that like lip balm comes in. Anything like that.
Okay, I'm laughing a bit because there are two things in the chat. So one is what would a Tyranid turtle look like? I think that transition would be pretty easy because Tyranid beaks would look interesting, but I think that would end up crude head, shaving off the spikes on the back, and you're already there.
Yeah.
And Giovanni is trying to use that technique you described on his biobores.
Good.
And Peter Hampson.
Oh, Peter, he's a big Tyranid guy too. He does like Tyranid sketches and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's on Instagram.
I had to laugh a bit because he would like to see a mosquito-styled
Proboscis.
Yeah, is
Yep.
that the sucker?
You sucker.
Okay. And he says, perhaps for less idiotically designed Dimacheron. No one likes this fucking thing.
No one likes this fucking thing, especially Tyranid people. I don't know. A lot of people have it though. They buy it. I guess like that's the thing. Forge World makes a big giant model, and people want to use it in a game, and it's got rules, so they're gonna buy it no matter what because they want big Tyranid Titans. And there hasn't been any other Tyranid Titans to choose from, so like I can kind of understand why people buy it, but I can also understand that it's one of the most hideous Tyranids I've ever seen.
Yeah.
One of these days, maybe we'll do something about that. What do you say, Simon? Hydra?
Yeah, that would be... someone should definitely take this Dimacheron and make it into something, less insulting.
Insulting, I like it. You mean someone should definitely take that Dimacheron, put it in the mail, and send it to you?
Yeah, someone should put it in a box and send it to me, and I'll make it pretty.
Good man. I look forward to that.
So, what's Colin's Insta? What's Peter Hampson's Insta?
Peter, can you share your Insta? Oh wait, that link never came through from Flynnhammer, did it?
Oh, it's already done. Peter _ Evil Eye.
Tyranid beaks don't go on the face, they go on the crotch. That's awesome. I like that.
But I like the idea Peter is having there, that the Dimi apparently has some rules.
Yeah.
That represent some life sucking action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it on the model, but maybe that could be a way to get this thing prettier by looking at what it's supposed to do and thinking about how that could look on the model cool. That's basically what I always did. I looked at the rules and tried to see how those would work on the model.
So we've got a lot of Tyranid experts here. Can someone in the chat give us a rundown of like the Dimacheron and like what it's supposed to do? Like kind of the Cole's notes of like the rules for it to inform a possible conversion? Because I don't have the book or anything about it. But if someone knows those rules, please share them in the not the full rules, but just like kind of like a rundown of like, is it a devouring organism and like that whole thing where it like sucks life, like any kind of rules that could be fluff motivating in terms of a miniature. Just share those in the comments.
Yes, please. And Peter Henderson says that he's been lazy recently, but he needs to do sketching again. Yes, you do.
But wait, he's been moving, I think. You don't get to be lazy when you're moving. You're moving. That's a job.
Yeah, that's right. But there's always the toilet. You could sketch there.
Leave your phone on the table, take your sketchbook with you, and draw some cool Tyranids on the shitter.
Yep, you should do that. And you guess what? Brother Pink is there.
Oh, what? It's so early. How's he here?
And he asks us what we think about the Harridan.
Hydra, take it away.
I have to admit that I have very nostalgic feelings about that, because it reminds me of how I visited Moloch in his nerd paradise and how I saw that massive thing for the first time, and I love the story he made for his Golden Demon winning entry. But when you look at the thing with a little distance, there's no way these wings can work or the guns can work. Aside from that, I really like it, but the wings should be redone. The rest of the body is pretty amazing. I like that the face, that no eye thing, and I like how the model has these nesting gargoyles with it. That's pretty.
Yeah,
I like it.
I agree. I really like the Harridan. I think it's very well made. I think you're right that the wings. Let's face it, like very few wings work on Tyranids. For some reason, the Hive Tyrant wings don't piss me off. Like I feel like for some reason those are believable. But I agree that the Harridan's wings are not really believable. But otherwise, I really like the miniature. And one day, I'm hoping someone buys me one so I can make a proper size dominatrix out of it.
That's
I mean, I don't have to keep it. I'm happy to make it for somebody else. But if there's anyone out there who wants a dominatrix scale, and has a Harridan kicking around, I'm happy to do that for you. Saw it here first, kids.
Okay. So we have some news on the Dimmy.
Yeah.
So Darth Bob says it grabs you with its tentacles and then throws you in a chest cage mouth and sucks out your juices.
Delicious.
And Colin says that Dimacherons are fast and have mouth in their chests. Yes. And Peter says that it's basically a leapy melee death thing. A shock line breaker. Well, it sounds like a leapy melee death thing, like a description for all the Tyranid organisms that there are.
No, but some are more like slow and deathy, and some are more like shooty and deathy, and some are more like psychic and deathy.
Yeah.
So I had this idea that I wanted to run by you. I wanted to create different strata of Tyranid organisms. Okay, so picture an exocrine, a Harrispex, the mouth one, the bullfrog with the big tentacle mouth. So exocrine, Harrispex, and a whatever that big psychic one's called.
Yep.
So
Malefactor.
No, the psychic one. What's it called?
The brain thing.
It's called a malefactor? I thought it was called something else.
No, I think so.
So, I want to call the exocrine or shooting Tyranids cedar organisms or something, because they don't get in there and tear you up. They shoot things, right? And within the function of the hive mind, what function does that serve? Like a gun beast? Is a gun beast don't think of it as a weapon to be used against someone. Think of it as a biological organism, an organ that serves a function within this huge organism that's made up of all these external organs. So I was trying to find words like that, like cedar organism, and then the Harrispex is a feeder organism, because it's like a ripper would be a feeder. Yeah, a ripper would be a feeder organism. A red terror would be a feeder organism, and the Harrispex would be a feeder organism. It's a digester. It eats things, digests them.
Yep.
But I want to come up with weird those are strata within the hive fleet, and then try and classify everything under that. So I think hive tyrants and warriors are leader organisms, or brain organisms, or whatever.
Yep.
But what other strata could we have? I guess the Dimacheron is a feeder organism, but a Carnifex, is a Carnifex a feeder organism? Is it a cedar organism? Is it something in between?
I think it depends on its role.
Yeah.
And I think the feeding aspect is a not very illuminated aspect of the Tyranids. It's basically they shred everything to pieces, and then the Rippers come and eat all the biomass, and I cannot see how a Ripper with his belly full should drag his sorry ass to a
digestion pool.
Of those pools, and
Yeah, we need larger feeder organisms. Digestion organisms.
Yeah. You want to put the Dimacheron into that area that he's stuffing things in his chest and...
Maybe, but maybe it's something else. Because, like, I think Flinhammer just said that Dimacheron is like an Evisor assassin for the Hive Fleet, and that makes me think of, like, the Lictor. And, like, the Lictor is something different. It's not like a leader organism, and I wouldn't call it a feeder organism. So, like, what could we call that?
I would call it a feeder. I would call it a feeder because its main purpose is to gain information, infiltrate, and gain information. You know, sucking out the brain and all the data it gains from it.
Yeah.
All the strategies and tactical advantages.
Wait, one other idea. What about vanguard organisms? Because that's another word that they've been using alongside some Tyranid stuff, a vanguard organism. So I think they called like lictors and gene sealers vanguard organisms because they go first and they're kind of like sneaky and they kind of like soften up the prey for like the main fleet. Basically, I don't want to... my goal is not to like only find like 2 or 3 strata of the Tyranid hive fleets and just plug all these things into it. What I'm really hoping for here is to like come up with some like new ideas of like a bunch of different strata within the Tyranid fleets. But like, so that kind of like how you can take a warrior and a Tyranid hive tyrant and you can kind of draw a line. It's like starts as a warrior, or maybe it starts as a hive node. That old like hive node fluff. Starts as a hive node, becomes a warrior, becomes a tyrant.
Okay.
Maybe there's one where it like starts as a Ravener, becomes a Moloch or a Trigon, becomes something else, and like they're one kind of organism. So like, is the Dimacheron like a giant lictor? I don't know. I'm not expressing this very well, but I'm trying to like come up with some new ideas around explaining different like verticals within the hive fleet.
Okay.
Am I...
I'm not sure that. I'm not sure if that you know it's a good thing for creating fluff.
Yeah.
And reasons for things to be there, but when you approach it from another angle, that thinking about evolution and how things evolve.
Yeah.
They are always there because there's a reason for them to be there.
Yes.
Birds have funny beaks because there are some seeds they want to eat, or
Yeah.
they don't actually transform their beaks, but evolution did. But you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
So the hive fleet encounters a threat of some sort, or a task. I would say a task of some sort.
Yes.
And so they come up with an idea how to solve that task.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think of the task the hive fleet has been given, so I can find the answer to it. So I'm asking myself, when the Dimacheron is the answer.
Mm-hmm. What's the
is
task?
The task?
So maybe the guys who know the Dimacheron fluff can help on that. Maybe they can give us some ideas of like, in the Dimacheron's fluff, is there any detail of like what kind of task it was developed to serve? Like, someone said it was the Evisor assassin. Is it supposed to go and kill like leaders of the enemy army, or like what's the deal with that? Help us.
Apparently. Well, there are a few things that I question about that, because from all the other, most of the other Tyranids, you can gain their purpose from their looks. Yep. But with the Dimacheron, you have this massive thing that's super huge that eats you. Yeah. And what how many Imperial Guardsmen can fit in there before it gets sick? Yeah. So I think when someone wrote that it's a line breaker organism, so you have this massive thing running up the battlefield, stuffing 2, 3, 4 guardsmen in its chest. Well, this is a very stupid process. It looks grim, but someone's getting stuff in there. It has to open its chest, which is, as we said, with vulnerable. The head of your gun beast always a good timing for a well-timed frag grenade to go in there.
Yeah.
So it's stuffing its belly full with guardsmen or whatever it can stuff in there.
Yeah.
And after a handful, it's full, turns around and walks home and says, I have to take a nap because I have to digest what I just swallowed.
Yeah.
That doesn't make really sense to me. But so I'm trying to think of the task it was given, because that appears to be the answer.
Yeah.
And eating something with your stomach, with your ribs, might sound grim and gribbly and blah, but it ends there, and I think that's a pretty flat approach.
Yes.
We have the chest opening thing, and it opens its chest because.
Ooh, how badass! Look at how cool he is. Yeah. Okay, so looking at the Dimacheron and hearing these things about it opens its chest, it eats people, it's got these tentacles that it pulls you in. If you had to devise, don't worry about the fluff as is written, what explanation would you come up with for creating that creature? A creature that's that big, that has those weird gangly whip arms on top, the whips, like what would you use it for?
Apparently we have Colin just posted some fluff.
Yeah.
The Dimacheron dispenses with the slow, stealthy approach of the lictor and instead relies on sheer brutality and animalistic rage,
there you
leaving
go.
A gore-soaked trail of carnage behind it. Yeah. Well, what stupid bullshit is that?
Well, you can use that. Like, you can make it like a Super Carnifex. Or something.
Yeah, but
why wouldn't you use a Carnifex? Yeah, why wouldn't you use a Carnifex? Why does it have those long gangly legs? And
yeah, that doesn't make sense. So looking at it, long gangly legs would suggest that it's designed to reach areas that other organisms cannot reach.
Yep.
And the sheer size would indicate to me that it, on the one side, can take a lot of fire.
Yep.
Before it goes down.
Yep.
So maybe it's some sort of siege weapon.
Ah, I like it.
And, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And just let me finish this thought, and I'll be off to bed.
Okay, I should probably do likewise.
Although the fluff is burst, the chat is burst.
Oh, I'm gonna go through the chat. Don't worry, I'll go through the chat before I retire. But go for it.
Okay. So just as a fun train of thought, so you have this long gangly legs, that suggests speed and even on very uneven ground.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing, I don't know, when you think about like hive worlds or all the other more vertical areas of battlefields, like a fortress or something like that, where it has to quickly climb up, vertical areas.
Yeah.
So it climbs up somewhere, and the chest opening thing is always a point where it's where it's vulnerable.
Yes.
When it's open its chest. So what I it's not a very brand new idea, but what could be cool when you look at the movie in your head. So you have those high walls, guardsmen standing up on the wall, firing into the onrushing horde of Tyranid organisms, and but they're still keeping them at bay because they cannot climb high enough because they built the wall so high.
Yeah.
And then it's in a wall of, I don't know, guarded by some Carnifexes, this big thing gets close to the walls, starts climbing up the walls, takes fire but doesn't die because it's so big. It climbs over the walls, and then after it's behind the walls, while it is slashing back and forth and killing what's in its reach, it's open its chest and releases some, I don't know, small critters.
Cool.
So that it's basically a delivery system for something that is small and runs havoc
Yeah.
on the other side of the fortification.
Ah, because what's coming up in the chat now is people are saying it's supposed to kill like leaders, and I was thinking that maybe the leader of a force is like hidden behind these walls, and that's why it goes in there. And then it's supposed to demoralize the troops because it like brutally slaughters the leader. But I like the whole like it's not quite Trojan horse, but the idea of it delivering a cargo from inside its chest.
Yeah.
But my question to you would be like, once this thing is this horrendous and huge and gross and rippy, what could it possibly disgorge that would be worse?
When you think about, all favorite movie, you think about Cloverfield.
Yeah.
When you have this tunnel thing, something small scuttling.
Yeah.
Maybe like really small, too small to shoot at.
Yeah.
Like rat size or
rippers.
Something like that just jumps in people's face and uses the limited life energy it has to something like a borer, a flesh borer.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Like a ripper swarm, but it's not planning to ever get back to any digestion pool. It's just ripping stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that, or even more grim. We're pretty limited here, but I think I don't see why the hive mind would stop from using something nasty as gas.
Yeah.
Or
spores, something like spores that because we already have like spore mines, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
something
cool.
Like that. Something your guns cannot shoot at because
yes,
apparently the hive mind has been kept from its target by a big wall. And behind big walls are big guns, and what you do with big guns, you don't go there and have bigger guns.
Yeah. Jacob Foster says that it lets out 20 small lictors. And Dirty Bird is saying the chest cavity is a ripper hive. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's that whole thing on the Turvagon that it has a borer hive in it. Like, it has this gun that shoots at these little flesh borer beetles. So think about something like that, but a little more evolved, and more than just beetles. They're like boar creatures, like something between a beetle and a ripper.
Yeah,
it just
that would be awesome.
Tear shit apart.
Flying?
Yeah. I guess what you've discovered is that you can equip it with a number of different things. You could equip it with like a borer hive or ripper hive. You could equip it with some kind of gas spore thing. You got a couple of different ideas here.
That's nice.
I like it. We solved it.
So, yeah, solved the puzzle. And that's me signing off.
Well, thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm really glad we got you on. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
Let me know when you want to do some tests with your video setup so we can see about sculpting together on another stream. Because apparently there's demand for that, as we saw today.
Yes. Oh, Blipper is nice. Yes. It was an honor being on your show, and thanks for everyone taking part in the chat. I tried my best to keep up with it, but at some point I'm just, seeing you sculpt and trying to keep an eye on the chat and trying to keep my English in line.
I think you did a good job. I think you did. Oh shit! I think you did a great job. I don't think you have anything to apologize for or worry about.
Thanks, and I hope the other guys had fun. And yeah, I will wish you a good day. I will have a night now.
Well, I got night too. It's dark out now.
Okay.
I wonder if I can show you. Wait. Dark.
Yeah. It's dark.
So thanks so much, man, and we'll figure it out again.
Yeah.
And thanks, Zena, as well, for letting me steal you.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Good night, Zeni.
Night. She says good night.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I'm going to check the chat, but I'm probably signing off too because I am Hungover from video games and beer in the Expanse, apparently, because I'm an old man. Giant tick, I like that. Talking Trigon here. Yeah, so Trigon is definitely something that shows up behind enemy lines and brings a bunch of creatures. But what if it was a situation where like the Trigon couldn't burrow through? I know we want to believe that Trigons can burrow through everything, but what if that wasn't working? What if it's doing it from both angles? Bringing the Trigon in from below and bringing this crazy assassin beast in from above. That would work. Yeah, Peter Hampson, I guess the tempted to do away with the chest trap altogether. Chest trap is cute, but I see it more in terms of like a giant lictor rather than a line breaker. Like picture a giant lictor that isn't just trying to absorb the brain matter of its enemies, that it's trying to like run in there and grab like the leader or grab a psyker or something and bring it back to the hive mind in one piece. I feel like that's something where the chest trap could work, but it would need to be something that's like tyrant sized and a lictor. And just for one person, not like just shoving random guardsmen in there. What else we got here? Chest cavity thorax swarm. We talked about that. Maybe. Oh, Hutch is here. Hey, Hutch. Welcome, buddy. Yeah, I know the timing was a little weird today. Probably much better for Europeans, not so great for North Americans because people are probably at work and stuff, but just wanted to switch it up. And I'm going to try and keep doing like weird timings throughout the holidays because maybe people are more available. And it is more available to folks in Europe, and there are a lot of folks of Europe who try to tune in. So next week, well, actually, the Expanse is going to be screwing over my Wednesdays from now until the end of February. So we're going to be shifting the stream from Wednesdays probably to Thursdays, but while I'm on vacation, I'll try to do afternoon streams, maybe around this time. So maybe we'll do it about this time next Wednesday, so it's ahead of the Expanse, and maybe the Wednesday after that, but we'll see. What do we got? Oh, Jacob Foster, yeah, hopefully your work is getting somehow better. I don't know. Oh, and it's all recorded, so if you only got to see Hydra for 5 minutes, then you'll see him the next time. But yeah, Hydra and I are going to try to do the sculpt along together, so we'll give some warning for that. I got to work on getting his camera, like testing out the whole setup with him to make sure we can get it on the stream first. And then we'll go from there. But that will probably be on like a weekend so that maximum people can tune in. Not doing it in the middle of the day on a weekday. So yeah, hopefully, probably not this weekend, but hopefully next weekend. And Flynnhammer, we will do more Euro streams. Don't worry. It's coming, man. Okay, Peter Hampson. Creature's chest is a living suicide bomb. It's not intended to make it back, and when it dies behind enemy lines, it detonates and tears a hole in the fortifications. I really like that, Peter Hampson. So it's like he's got a giant spore mine in his chest cavity. Oh, man, I feel like this is a different organism now. But that would be really cool. That was kind of like the gas thing that Hydra talked about, delivering gas. Or it could be like acid, like it just sprays a whole shitload of acid, kills everyone, and then burns its way through. Oh, Forest Sprite said good night, Hydra. How sweet. Good night, all. Been fun stream. Hope to see Hydra again. It'll definitely happen, Crafting Troll. Thanks for joining up. Oh, everyone's saying good night. Space station? What? What's a space station? I don't get it. Give them Europeans some love. We will give those Europeans some love. I like those Europeans. I have another week, maybe, if bananas work, then back to normal. Okay. Jacob Foster, we'll make sure that we do the sculpt off after you're back to normal. I think it's going to be after, like, Christmas. So, yeah, you can look forward to that. Oh, it's almost been 2 hours. Man, I thought I was going to die. I was so tired when we started streaming. My wife's like, so don't stream. I'm like, not an option. I got to do this. And thank you all for putting up with the weirdness. I created this stream on my phone on YouTube, and then I thought that I could easily pick it up on OBS on desktop. Didn't work that way. Apparently, if you want YouTube to work properly, you got to do it all on desktop. So now I know for future. Just trying to save some time, but whatever. Giovanni, thank you for joining. Lots of fun. Flynnhammer, I'm so glad you made it. Dirty Birds, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Forest Sprite, Crafting Troll, Colin, Peter, all the people I'm forgetting. Psy962 or whatever. Jacob. I have to go drawing better. Yeah, Peter, show us your drawing. We love your turn of drawing, so look forward to seeing that. It's on a space station or something, so Trigon. Oh, okay, right. I get it, Jacob Foster, that the Dimacheron will be useful on a space station because a Trigon can't burrow through a space station. Good call. All right, that is all for the stream. It was just a bunch of random filler sculpting, and I guess the chatting was more the draw this time than the sculpting. But thank you all so much for joining. Hope you had a good time. And we will do more Euro streams in the future. I will try to schedule a stream for next Wednesday. And I will try for like 2 or 3 o'clock. Probably 3 o'clock. Around this time. 3:30 on Wednesday. Maybe I'll see if I can get Hydra back. That could be cool. See if he's available. Or maybe we'll get someone else. So have a great evening. Get some rest. Stay safe. And we'll see you soon.